Hey everyone, this is Nick from NEMMEC Warehouse, and today I'm back with weekly update number 141. Let's just jump right into it with week in review. This is where I talk about what's been going on in the warehouse, things that are coming up, stuff like that. And first up, Dylan is still on vacation. I think he's out all next week too, and then some of the week after that. So that's definitely affecting things a little bit. Chad is actually out today, which is Thursday when I'm filming this as well. And that combination is not super great. I think somebody asked back like a week ago or something if we thought that the weekend sale, the July 4th sale, would cause us to fall behind on packing orders. And I don't think the sale itself would. We got a decent number of orders. What's really hurting us the most on being caught up right now is really just being down a few key players certain days. I didn't realize that Chad would be out. I think he did put in the time though, so it's not on him, it's on me for not realizing that would be the case. But so we're basically down running at one packing station the past couple days. Wednesday's usually a light day staffing wise anyway. Thursday, we're down 2 people today. Hopefully we'll be closer to normal capacity on Friday, and the next week should be a little bit better as well. But that's definitely affecting some things, and I think right now we're probably behind by maybe like a day, maybe 2. We should be probably mostly caught up on Friday, I think, and definitely caught up early next week, if not this week.
Just trying to stay up with these orders. 4th of July sale and Woods from Mercury currently, and there's a lot of stuff to pack up. So people hit us hard, and we're just trying to get it out the door.
So a lot of check-in?
Check-in's done, luckily, so we don't have to deal. I don't think we have anything else coming in for the rest of the week, so we should be good there. It's really just focusing on orders and getting everybody this stuff.
Hopefully, we'll see. We got a lot of stuff coming in that's gonna bury us as well. So that's been kind of one of the biggest things lately. Also up, our Bandai quarterly order is due this week. So that's been fun. Probably one of the shortest windows we've had to place that order since we've started. I don't know why, but it seems like that window gets shorter and shorter sometimes. Part of it's because we have to get our answer to our distributors before their answer is due back up to Bandai proper or BNTCA. So that definitely shortens that window a little bit for us. It also, I don't know, it just feels shorter in general. This one especially because there's a lot of stuff up for print that we haven't had either ever or in a very long time, 2-3 years. HG Dendrobium, for example, is on the order sheet. We haven't had that since the Attic days. There's a bunch of seed and Bill Diver stuff that hasn't been printed either in a year or 2 or in significantly longer than I've been in the whole Gunpla thing, selling Gunpla at least. So that's exciting because there's gonna be a lot of stuff that we haven't had before. It's also a little bit challenging to figure out how many we should get of various items. So we've been doing things like putting up items that are reprints and order research, which is something we typically haven't done in the past, but we're just trying to get another data point to figure out how many of each of these kits do we need? Do we need to order them ahead of time? Can we just pick them up when they show up, when the prints show up, things like that. And so we're navigating that, and that's probably what the rest of my day is gonna look like, is trying to assess that situation, figure out what those numbers need to be. So that's a big part of this week. Also exciting news, we put out a video on Wednesday with the full details, or at least the majority of the details, for NEMEC, the Northeast Mecha Modeling Expo and Competition. Things like the schedule, some of the contest rules, some of the seminar information, stuff like that. The tickets for that event are going to go live at noon on Friday. That's the day this is airing, noon Eastern time. So keep your eyes open for that. The thing to really keep in mind is that there are three separate listings. There's a listing for your competitor tickets. That same listing is also for your general admission tickets. And then there are 2 separate listings, one for the seminar with Plamo LAB, and then there's another ticket for the speed build contest. The seminar, anybody can come and hang out and watch it. If you want to participate, get the kit, get the tools, and actually try out the techniques that are being demonstrated, that has a separate admission fee, and there's a very limited number of spots, so you're going to want to jump on that. ASAP, I don't know for sure what's going to happen. I suspect my My gut says they're probably going to sell out relatively fast. Could be in the first 5 minutes, could be in the first couple days. I don't know, but the earlier you jump on those, the better your chance of getting one of those spots. Same goes to the speed build contest. There's a few more spots for that, but there is a limited number of spots. You're going to get a kit for that price, and you're going to get it at a decent price because we're not like selling you a kit at a markup or something for the contest. We're selling it at a discount rather, and so that should be fun as well. But as I said, limited number of spots. So if you want one, you're going to want to jump on that earlier rather than later, because they also might disappear in the first couple minutes. They could take a few days. We'll find out, I guess, on Friday where that's at. And one other thing for Week in Review today, apparently Threads, the new Instagram-based platform, kind of like Twitter, got launched last night, Wednesday night or something like that. We are on there, NEMMEC Warehouse, just like we are on Instagram. If you are on that platform, give us a follow, and let us know what you want to see for content on that platform. We're trying to figure out what the nuances of that platform are going to be versus the other ones that were on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and TikTok and YouTube and all that stuff. So definitely check us out over there. And I just realized there's one other thing. We are running a sale this weekend. Use code HG15 for 15% off in-stock high grades this weekend. Ton of high grades in stock, so there should be a ton of options, and definitely worth perusing the collection because there's probably something in there you didn't know we had. Next up though, let's do pre-orders. So we've got 4 new pre-orders that we put up for listing on Wednesday. We had the Frame Arms Girl Durga 2, the Alice Gear Aegis Nodoka Takahata, and then there were 2 from Sosai Shoujo Teian, the Ritsuka Psyche Swim Style, I think the regular, and the Dreaming Style Innocent Bloom, whatever that's worth. I think it's just 2 different colorways for the same kit basically. But all 4 of those went up for pre-order on Wednesday. I suspect that we might have more pre-orders available the day that you're watching this on Friday. So definitely head over to that pre-order new edition collection and see if there are other pre-orders in there. I think there's some other Kotobukiya Hexagear stuff and maybe a few others that might make it there by then. So that is it for Week in Review, or I guess that was for Week in Review when we did pre-orders. I'm lost. Let's do team picks. So team picks is the part where we check out builds from some of the guys in the warehouse. Let's go see what they worked on.
Hey guys, Dylan here from NEMMEC Warehouse. Today I brought in the Hexagear Rook. Not the left one, the right one. Really like the build. The fact that he's all white makes it super easy to clean up any nub marks. The big hand itself is the main feature of it, which allows you to articulate each fingers. You get really good posing out of it because he is a bigger governor, and it is super worth it if you're not a big fan of the little ones. Once again, biggest complaint is the price point's a little high. I think if it was like $10 less, it would be super worth the time. Other than that, like always, I always super recommend it. Great build, and see ya.
Hey guys, David here, NEMMEC Warehouse. I'm talking about my kit today I brought in for Team Picks. It's the Hexagear Booster Pack 3 Night Stalkers version. It's a Jeep with a couple guys in it right now. 2 guys are from separate kits, but we won't talk about that. I really love the Hexagear stuff because it puts together really well and feels a lot like action figures. They're really solid once you're done with them.
All right, that's it for team picks. Let's move on to Q&A. So this is the part where I answer questions from you, the viewer. If you have a question you want answered, post it down in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer it next week. First up from Plastic Germs, question: with so many model kits out now and days, what is one thing you'd like to have as a model kit that isn't one yet? NEMMEC Warehouse mascot doesn't count. Took away the one easy answer for me. I'm not sure. I'm interested in the Megazord kit, but that's already coming out. Trying to think what else that there is that I want a model kit of that doesn't already exist. Some of the designs from Obsolete are pretty cool, but I think the few manufacturers have made kits for those before. So those are just kits that I don't have that I would like to see. I guess I wouldn't mind seeing kits of some of the more obscure like mobile armors and weird things. Like for example, I guess the one thing that doesn't exist, well no, there's actually a bunch. So there's a bunch of wing grunts basically that I'd like. I'd love to see the HG, no, I can't even think of what it's called. Aries. Love to see the Aries, love to see a kit high grade of the Aries, maybe even a master grade of the Aries. I would love to see the, was it the Virgo? The mobile doll, I like that design too. I'd love to see that as a kit. But the obscure one that I've probably never said, if I'm gonna go like way off the deep end, would probably be, I think it's the Oliphant, which is the other unit that works with the Maganax or the Tragos, which are the, that's another Oz, I think, mobile suit thing. It's almost like a Oz gun tank, I think. Those would be cool as well. If I'm gonna go completely off the deep end, those are things that I don't think people have even talked about. Fun question, what never fails to make you laugh? This is another difficult question. I feel like I don't know, what have I seen that has made me laugh, you know, all like 7 times I've seen it? I'm not even really sure. You know what, actually, I do know. I think it's a cold open from Brooklyn Nine-Nine with, it's the with Backstreet Boys or something scene where they're trying to figure out which one the killer is by singing Backstreet Boys. That scene never fails to make me laugh. So let's go with that. All right, next question. Sin Spawn. A while ago you mentioned wanting to make a kit of the robot on your logo. Any updates on that? Maybe do a Kickstarter if funds are an issue. Totally interested. I do want to do that. There's no real update. The cost would be significant. My guess is molds are on the order of like, I don't know, 50K a piece. And if you're going to do like a high grade equivalent, you probably need like 4 molds. So you're talking about, when all is said and done, $250,000 or more, which is way out of my budget. A Kickstarter might be the way to do that. I think I would have to take the risk and have someone do a lot of the design and artwork before we got too close to offering the Kickstarter. And I have no real good way of knowing right now how many people would actually buy one when all is said and done. I think if you're talking about a $25 kit or selling it for $25 and it costing $250,000, that's what, like 10,000 units or something that you would need to be able to sell in order to break even. And that seems like a really, really large number to me. Maybe it's reasonable, but I feel like that break-even point is really high up there. So we gotta kind of do some more math on that and figure out how to get there. Next up, Digital Buck. Good to see the media team trying out some new things. Does Nick always make old modem noises when he's thinking? I don't know what to think about that one. All right, I think there's one more question. DRWYRGR, I have no idea how to pronounce that. Funish question. I know everyone has a Holy Grail kit, but what's your Holy Grail tool? Exists or one you wish existed? So the one tool that I would like to have that I don't have, that I think is that Grail tool, is I've heard that there are left-handed God hand nippers out there, the SPN 120s, but like an SPN 120L or something like that. And not that I'm left-handed, I'm definitely right-handed. There are certain pieces where, because of the side that it cuts on, that you can't cut anywhere as close with the regular 120s, and I would love to have the L version in order to cut those like left-handed nubs, if that makes sense, and save some sanding and other work without having to get kind of fancy. I think they exist, I just don't think they're imported to the US, so I'm gonna have to look into at some point trying to figure out how to get them. Anyway, I think that is it for questions. So like I said before, if you have a question you want answered, post it down in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer next time. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.